Wait, I want to redo my hair. Okay.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our Inspiring People Doing Amazing Things interview series. I'm Tiffany T, and I have Dino Gomez with me. And we tonight are interviewing the infamous Teresah Lynn. She's an author and imprint coach, and she's one of my dear new friends. And I'm so delighted and grateful to have her time right now and just to get to know a little bit more of her perspective and perception on a few things. So Teresah, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you do.
Excellent. Hi, Tiffany and Dino. Thanks for having me on your show. It's awesome to be here, and I really appreciate it because I actually learned quite a bit from the emotions that you had presented to me. And so I did spend about like an hour on them this afternoon. And I didn't memorize them, but I would really like to read them out. My name is Teresah Lynn, and I'm an imprint coach. And what that is that I work with individuals who are adventurous souls and who want to have like a really deep, meaningful impact in the world, yet they're still not really sure of what that might be. So I help them discover what their gifts and their desires and their passions are, so they can leave a really cool and meaningful imprint on the world that they want to leave behind. That's unique to just them, that no one else on the planet could actually leave behind except for that individual. Something they're born or meant to do. It's like your true calling, your true purpose in life. And so that's the new project I'm going to be launching in September of this year. And it's an 8-week program, and I'm pretty excited about that. And so my mission is to help as many people as I can to discover what their work is, the work that really excites them and has a meaningful impact.
That's so exciting.
I love it. I love it. I have to jump in and ask you, how did you come up with that name, the Imprint Coach? Because that is killer. I mean, you can immediately know what you're trying to achieve there. And that's a great course and brand name.
It is.
Thanks. Well, I was thinking about it and thinking, I was an MS coach, and I thought, I want to do something about the soul. I thought, oh, your soul signature. I thought that was brilliant. But then I Googled it and it was already used. There's actually, I think, a book on it. So then, I don't know, it was just one of those 9 things that just come into your head and have no idea where it came from. It just came directly through my soul. So I was like, oh yeah, your imprint. And then the whole thumb image happened. And yeah, it's like, the impression that we leave, not even with our work and that we contribute, but even in every little moment when you're interacting with other people, what kind of imprint are you leaving behind? And so, I mean, that it's almost like the perfect philosophy. And I'll get into that more about when we get into success and happiness, because it's all ties in really nicely together.
Came from divine intervention.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Love it. Love it. Well, we're excited, Teresah, to get into this. And since you said that it kind of ties into success and happiness, that seems like a perfect little transition over to a couple questions that we have for you today. So we'll start with the very first one here, and that would be, Teresah, what is your perception of happiness?
That's awesome. Can I start with my perception of success first?
You most certainly can.
You can do whatever you want.
Because, yeah, and I'll tell you why after I'm doing that. So, again, I'm writing this down, and I'd actually like to just read it off because I haven't memorized it, and what I wrote down was really important enough for me to go, I want to get clear in myself what success is for me. And I really reached kind of a pivotal definition that really even helped me focus my own life. So I want to thank you both for that. That was an amazing gift that you gave me. So success, I was looking in the dictionary, it's defined as an accomplishment of a goal or an aim or a purpose. And I thought, is that really success if your goal or aim could be possibly harmful to others, yourself, or the planet? So I thought that's not really a clear enough for me and not a clear enough definition of what success is. So I've been thinking about it actually for over the last week, and I realized that success to me is the mastery of kindness and well-being. And it's contributing to the whole of the planet in a way that is in alignment with your joy and in alignment with kindness to yourself and for the greater good of all.
Wow.
So that whatever your aim or mission is that you're including everybody and that there's absolutely no harmful effects after the accomplishment of it. So the mastery of kindness and well-being would be like, it would include your whole self, right? Your emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being. It's how well you treat yourself, others, and the planet. So you know, like thoughts that you think, are they kind, loving, exciting, inspiring thoughts? You know, and are your words and your actions matching all that towards yourself, how kind you are to yourself and the planet and everything else? And it's just, to me, anyone that kind of claims that, oh yeah, I'm really successful, but they haven't even begun to think about mastering kindness and well-being, not successful. Fail. Big fail to me. To me, that's my own, and that's my personal thing. I'm not saying that they're wrong or I'm right. I'm just saying that's my definition of success, and it's contributing to the well-being of yourself, others, and the planet.
I like that. That's a very original answer. I don't think we've had anybody articulate or explain success in that manner so far, where it has to do with a collective whole as well as yourself. That makes a ton of sense, though, and it's kind of interesting. The more you dive into it, kind of like the aspect you brought up of it, is that everybody's going to have a different definition of success, and
we are,
it's hard to talk to people about that, or for somebody to actually proclaim that they're successful, since there's no set in stone definition of what success is. And you explained it very nicely there. It's basically being in harmony with yourself, also, you know, contributing positively to others as well.
Right. Because even when I was writing my book, The Soul's Journey, thinking about getting printed, going, do I really want to add more product on the planet? I mean, we have enough product in the world already. There's enough cards out there, blah, 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 blah. And I thought, you know, is that really a successful thing for me to do? You know, am I contributing more to the harm? You know, so I didn't get them published in China. I got them printed locally. I asked an advisor, and he gave me, you know, a little bit of insight. And he says, you know, what you're putting out in the universe has way more benefit than harm. And there's a lot of product out there that has no benefit. And so you're putting out something, he told me I was putting out something of incredible benefit for the planet. So it kind of, I don't know if it justifies it or if it outweighs it or whatever. But at that time, you know, 6 years ago or 6 years ago, I guess it was, when I went to go print them, I thought, yeah, well, you know, this seems to matter to me right now. I don't know if it would matter to me now, you know, to have them reprinted or not. It's just a personal value and opinion. But anyways, I'm just kind of rambling now. So, how happiness, what?
Oh, well, I had one quick question, and that's just for everybody listening in who maybe doesn't know you quite yet. You were talking about some cards that you were considering having printed, and otherwise you did something different with. Are you able to tell us a little bit about that for a moment, just so that we all kind of understand, or would you rather jump on to the next one?
Sure. Yeah, just quickly, about 7 years ago, I couldn't afford a life coach anymore. So I designed my own personal growth life coaching card deck. It's kind of like an Oracle deck, but it's about personal growth. And so I decided to print them locally versus going to China. That was all that was about.
Okay. It does. And I'm sure that helps everybody listening in to kind of understand when they said you're looking to print cards. And so that's a great example that ties in nicely to kind of like using your perception of happiness and the whole rather than the individual. And so let's move on to that other one. So then we understand your perception of success. And so what would be your perception of happiness?
Happiness is absolutely nothing you could ever pursue. Like, it's not something you can attain or acquire or run after or get. It's something, for me, this is how I experience happiness. Happiness is something that arrives because of no reason or reason. It's just just an energy that flows through you. And so when I'm in alignment with success and well-being, I'm happy. Alignment with my purpose, helping others, happiness just arrives. I don't ask for it. I don't go after it. It just arrives. So yeah, to me, it's just a result of being and well living.
So would you say it's effortless?
It's 100% effortless. There's nothing actually I can do to create it. And sometimes I think I can. It's like, okay, well, I really I like puppies. So if I get a puppy, I know I'll be happy. But there's still no guarantee of that. There's absolutely no guarantee of if you go after something, happiness will come for you.
Right.
So I don't know, happiness is just this incredible gift that you just bask in when it arrives. It's like, oh my God, I'm happy. Oh, that feels so good. It's like, awesome, I'm happy. I feel happiness arriving, it's here. And that's just a beautiful state to be in.
It is.
It flows. Like you said, it flows. It's a state. It's something that is.
It's orgasmic.
It can be incredibly orgasmic. It is really natural. I mean, how do you guys experience happiness? What is it for you guys? Yeah. Or is that not allowed? Got a question back at you.
No, that's fine. You just caught me off guard because nobody else has asked us questions yet. My idea of happiness is it's the same as yours. I mean, it's not it's not a thing. It's not tangible. It's something that, like, for me, I'm at my most highest vibrating happy state when I've made a difference, when I'm in love, when I know I'm doing the right thing, when I'm living my life on purpose, when I'm inspiring others or I'm helping others, when I'm just in complete alignment with everything and I don't feel bad about anything, and I just am. I'm just being. And to me, that's bliss. Like, it's joyful bliss. Yeah. I don't think I tried, me personally, and I've seen other people do this, I've tried to replace the happiness that comes from within, from inside, with material things, and just shop and party or whatever. And that for me didn't fulfill my void. So once I fixed that and really delved deep inside myself, it was completely different, and I experienced happiness on a whole new level that I never even did before.
Yeah.
What about you, Dino?
That's tough, but for me, I'm such a huge fan of understanding, like, the ego and understanding the balance, the waves of absolutely everything in life, especially emotions. So I always recognize that, in order to have happiness, you're also, going to have days where you're not as happy in order to have the perception of one over the other, to know the difference. But in generally speaking, I know when I'm really happy is based on what I'm thinking about most of the time. So if my concentration is on something that makes me happy, I'm really passionate about business and my work and my personal projects, significant other, family and friends, and certain activities. If that's what I'm thinking about, like 99% of the day, and I take a step back and realize that that's where my thoughts are, even if it's a rushed or otherwise busy, possibly stressful day, I know that I'm essentially in the overall state of happiness because of where my thoughts and, kind of intention is directed. But it is a tough and tricky and interesting question, which is why we love chatting with you about this and asking people kind of, what it means to them, because it seems like not a lot of people actually sit down and self-reflect on what happiness is and what success is to them.
I agree. And that's such a great question to ask everybody. You're talking about the ego, and I think happiness, when you get the ego into that, it really, like you're saying, Tiffany, too, is coming from a place of need. It's like, I'm going to go after something to gain something for me, to gain happiness for me. There's your ego coming in, and it's about your need, which your needs are at the kind of like the lowest vibrational level.
Right.
And when you get, so when you're kind of looking at your needs, what I need is not coming out of a place of joy and creativity and love and giving and generosity and appreciation, all these wonderful high energy states of being. Is coming from, I need to be happy because I'm miserable. And so, I mean, I can be happy for no reason. Years ago, I went through this state of anxiety, and my way of coping was to take 4 Tylenol. This only happened a couple of times a year, but every time I'd feel anxiety at night before bed, it's like, okay, I'm going to take a couple of Tylenol so I don't feel anything for a while, right? And then I had some dance lesson the next day, and I was kind of brain foggy the next day, so I stopped doing that. And I go, okay, I can't keep doing that because I really have other things that are more important now to me, which was learning a dance routine for a flash mob thing, which is super fun. I recommend them if you ever do them. And so anyways.
My mom's a huge fan of the flash mobs, so
yeah,
I'm familiar with them.
Any kind of dance is fun for me. Anyways, so it was the next day. I'm laying in bed, I'm feeling really anxious, and all I did was maybe a 30-second deep breathing exercise, released what I was being anxious about, and actually sat with my anxiety and understood it. It didn't take long. And then what I noticed for about in the next 3 or 4 months, happiness arrived at the same time every night. It was just an energy field. I wasn't doing anything. It was just like, oh, I could feel it energetically rush through my body. It's like, oh, happiness just arrived. And it was for no reason. You know, it was just, I just knew that this energy of happiness had found its way to my being, my soul. And I was so grateful. It was just like, oh, what a relief. I had a bit of a traumatic, a lot of drama at times in my household growing up, and there'd be arguing and fighting at night, and that will create that anxiety during the nighttime, right? And so I was just like, wow, deal with it. 30 seconds, it's over with.
That's deep. A lot of times we overcomplicate things as humans, but
yeah. But if you're an expert, now this is a little off topic, but if you're an expert at diving into your feelings, it doesn't take no more than 30 seconds to a minute to actually transform that back into a state of love and joy. And so that's something I've mastered. That's something I feel great success at having accomplished.
100% agree with you.
Yeah.
It's a good skill to have mastered. That's powerful.
Yeah, it's a thing to master for sure.
That's why I think self-awareness is so important. If you have self-awareness, you have everything. I mean, literally.
You do. Yeah. You do. You just run around with a on your face all day.
Yeah.
Well, perfect. Well, this leads very nicely into the third and final question we have for you here, Teresah, which is, what would be the most profound thing that you have learned or otherwise experienced in life?
That was such a great question too. I love you guys' questions. It was so good. So profound things. I mean, there's so many. I could list off 100 right off the top of my head. I mean, anywhere from accountability to awareness to spirituality, like everything. But for me, in the last year, what I find that is so incredibly profound for me is that I have awoken to this incredibly deep love of this planet and everything on it. Like I was talking about walking around with a silly grin on your face. Seriously, I mean, I've had this this falling in loveness that has happened in the last year with almost everything that's going on around me. And it's just like, I find everything amazing, like that we can learn and we can think. It's almost like this new childlike toy that I found. And I've always had an appreciation for everything, but not at this level, not at this depth. Whereas it's like, it's absolutely, absolutely phenomenal and amazing what we do, especially as human beings on this planet, the things we come up with and the things we think about and our feelings and the tastes of food. I mean, everything. It's just absolutely phenomenal. And it's incredibly profound how complex it all is, how simple it can be. Yeah, it's just amazing. Amazing world, amazing people on it, amazing things to look at and watch and do and listen and learn. And Yeah, I love being here.
Life is beautiful. Love it.
Well, that's cool. We haven't heard a response like that yet.
Yeah,
that
right?
profound thing is simply just the universe and life. And like you said, it's simplicity and complexity both in the same. What comes to mind immediately is I never watched TV, but I caught like 10 minutes of that television show recently, Naked and Afraid, where they just drop two humans off in the middle of nowhere. These guys have to hunt and gather and survive and clothing, shelter, food. And that really just puts into perspective how quickly you think about all the technology now and all that stuff. Like we started as just, humans here, and all of a sudden we built out all of it. It's kind of incredible when you think about that. I mean, how would you build anything cell phone from scratch in the middle of nowhere? If you had to do that and start up a day, it's wild. So it is amazing.
I met you guys a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, and here we already are building this friendship, and we haven't met in person, and yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
Your show together.
Yeah, so this live stream together. It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I find incredibly profound these days. I think because I've spent a lot of time in my head and doing spiritual work and theology, I'm kind of past that phase. I'm more back into just the raw birth of it all. So that's where I'm at right now. Just enjoying simplicity and the crazy little fun things.
Yeah.
That's great. There's a lot to be grateful for. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. And it's great that everybody can enjoy something different.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I love how you said childlike state. Like, I think that's so important in life to remember as you get older and you become an adult. It's like,
I know. My friend Heron that we met on the show the other day?
Yes.
He just put in a post on Facebook. He goes, do something fun right now. So I typed in banana nut, dee, 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 banana nut, dee, 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 dee. I was like, it's so juvenile. But yeah, being juvenile is pretty fun.
It is. You have to let loose sometimes. And it's just not even that. Just there's a reason why children act a certain way, and they're not brainwashed negatively yet. I mean, and so it's like their environment's really horrible. But we were just doing an interview with Aaron Tupaz, and he's got this YouTube channel called Positively Brainwashed, and it's amazing. Like, he does affirmation, and he's got this whole system. You should watch that interview after I post it. Well, it's like an I Desire system. He also has a 7-step system too that he does.
Aaron who?
Yeah. Tupaz, Tupaz.
Okay. Check it out.
But yeah, it'll be on my YouTube channel and everything, and obviously on Blab. But yes, as always, I love you so much. Like, I seriously, you're just so cute, and you're like my soul sister, and I'm so grateful that we crossed paths. And I remember writing you back in January or February.
Yeah. Been a while, yeah.
After you sent me that first letter, and I was like, wow, this woman like actually cares. Like, because I had bought decks before and everything, and then I was like, I felt so bad for writing you a novel when you asked to keep it under a certain limit, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. But then you responded like right away and gave me such good, insightful wisdom and encouragement, and you shared your own experiences, and it was just like, I've loved you since day one. You're amazing, and you're dear to my heart.
Oh, thanks, Tiffany. That's so awesome. Really nice to hear. Thank you. And what I found, if I can just give it right back at you, is that what I found was so amazing about you is that you have such incredible desire to help other people, and so selflessly. Like, I just like, wow. For me, that's incredibly inspiring. Really inspiring and beautiful, and so open-hearted and loving. Yeah, so you must be an amazing guy, Dino, even though we just met tonight. So to be with an amazing woman, you must be an amazing man. And looking forward to getting to know you better as well.
Yeah, I look forward to getting to know you as well. I've only heard just amazing things about you, and Actually, I was with Tiffany, I think the first time you emailed her that response. I think we were in the car driving, and that was pretty awesome. So you seem like an amazing person yourself. And yeah, thanks so much for jumping on and spending time here. I'm sure we're going to get to spend more time together here. And I know afterwards we'll get to hang out a little bit and chat some more.
And is there anything that you would like to add? And can you also let everybody know how to get a hold of you or the best way to learn more about you? I know you have the imprintcoach.com. Your
Sure.
author.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to add too that, my own imprint that I want to leave behind, besides coaching other people on how to find their imprint, is to design and create an awe-inspiring luxury eco resort and village for residents and guests from around the world, a place of immeasurable soul, beauty, love, and generosity in a fun and eco-friendly environment. And so when I'm not doing this, that's my other passion project that I feel like I am absolutely called to do. And it's something that is this about one of the only things, like I love coaching and I love it. But yet what really, there's a level of excitement. And I think that's what I'm teaching about the imprint whole thing, is that it's more exciting than anything that you're doing. It's just like, that's it. That's the thing. It's like, that's the thing. And it seems like, and I want it to be much nobler, like, I don't know, world peace and ending starvation. But that's the thing that I am meant to be doing. And if I was to do anything else, I'd be just taking away somebody else's purpose. So, yeah.
I love that statement. I love that statement so much. Wow.
That sounds cool. I hope that works out, and I'm sure you're on the right track for it. We want to hear more about that, because an eco-friendly resort where you just have a bunch of great people gathering in a tropical location. That sounds like an absolute blast.
Will it be posted on your website?
It will come true, huh?
Will it be posted on your website?
Eventually, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I have a big chunk to do yet first, a big visual chunk to do first before I put it out there, because it's hard to describe in words because it's all pretty much visual. Mm-hmm. And so I need to put a visual, video together of my plan and my idea.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the best way for people to learn more about you? Just your website, or which social media platform do you use the most? Or
Facebook, the Imprint Coach on Facebook. I just starting to build, just started yesterday building my website, the Imprint Coach, and my old website, thesoulsjourney.ca, I'm just phasing out. So the imprintcoach.com is just what's just starting to head in that way, and by September I'll be launching it full blast. That's my plan anyway.
Okay. And do you want me to put your Soul's Journey website or just the Imprint Coach?
Sure. Yeah, you can put them both out there. Okay. Because I still sell my cards in my deck too. So.
Well, and I put that you can get your cards the app on the App Store, right?
Yeah.
That's where I got them. Perfect. Okay. Well, Dino, do you have anything else?
No, we look forward to seeing your site come to life, theimprintcoach.com. And again, Teresah, thanks so much for just spending the time sitting down with us, really thinking about and giving, some passionate response and answers and thought into these questions. So it's been great chatting with you. I'm sure we'll get to catch up more here real soon. And look forward to chatting with you again soon.
Awesome. My pleasure. And I'd do anything for you guys that I could.
And thank you everyone for watching. Teresah, thank you so much for your valuable time. And remember, you can watch Teresah Lynn on Wednesdays on Blab at 7:30 p.m. with the show called Soul Search. And that's 7:30 to 8:30 Pacific Standard Time on Blab every Wednesday. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in to our inspiring people doing amazing things in life. And have a great night.
Thanks a lot.